Welcome to Drive Spark. My name is Vedant Jouhari, and today we are in Pune at the Tork Motors factory, where we have the assembly line and all the production motorcycles over here. So let's take a look at the assembly line up close and how they produce each motorcycle of theirs. So here we are at the assembly line, and they have many stations over here. Starting off, we have the station where they put the battery together, the three parts of the battery, and here is the chassis. Now, the first stage of the assembly is where they fit the chassis on top of the battery, properly mount it together. And following this, we have the station where the rear subframe is added, rear suspension, our front suspension, and the front mud guards. Now, after this, we have a pretty important station. Here is where our tires are fit, our sprockets are put on, our brake calipers at the front and the rear. And now moving on from this, we have the proper assembly line, and on this side we can see the final product of the chain actually fit onto the motorcycle. Now moving on, we come to this station. This station is where the cover for the rear mudguard is added, our rear subframe, our instrument cluster, handles, basic wiring, our charging port, and the rear LEDs. After this section, we can see that the bike is slowly coming into place. Over here, our rear panels are added. Some more of the wiring is done. Actually, most of the wiring is done in this stage. So here we have the station where hood pegs are added for the rider and the pillion. The main wiring is done here. The aux battery is put in, and also the LEDs are finally properly added on this section, and the handle is properly connected onto the motorcycle over here. Now moving on from this section, we come to the second last stage of the assembly line, where most of the bike is in order. Here the only difference is the rear body panels are added, the chassis cover is added, also the shrouds are added over here, and the belly panel is also added in this section. Now finally, in the part of our assembly line, we have almost the final product of the Kratos R, and here is where all the final body parts are added, especially the tank and the utility box is added over here. Now once we're done with this section of the motorcycle, we come to this section. Here is the final product of the Kratos R, but one step before we actually see the final product is where the tuning of this motorcycle happens. As we know, it's an electric motorcycle, so it checks all the sensors, it checks the wiring, everything, just to make sure that the bike is in proper running condition and can actually be put out for the public. So this was the assembly line of the Tork Motors factory. Now beyond this, we do have some more stuff, such as the vehicle's height inspection booth. This is just where they check the LEDs of the motorcycle. So the brake lights, the indicators, the front headlamp, the front indicators, and that. Then as you can see ahead, we have one more station. Now this is the dyno. Here is where they check the performance of the motorcycle, where they have to run it through various tests to see how compatible the bike is with city-going conditions and that. So now after the dyno, we come here to charge the motorcycles, charge it to 100%, and then the bikes are then taken out for a spin around the facility wherever they can to see how the bike actually runs, how it's performing, if it's actually living up to how it should live up to actually be a production motorcycle. If any faults are found, they'll bring it back here, work on the motorcycle, and repeat the cycle again. Now after all this is done, we finally come to our production line of bikes. Here is where we have the final product of the Kratos R motorcycle. These are ready to go out to the public to ride. So this was the Tork Motors factory, a walk-around of the factory. So let us know down in the comment section below what you think of the Tork Motors Kratos R and of the Tork Motors factory. This is Vedant Jouhari signing out.